All right, let's get right into it. For what feels like forever, AI was basically science fiction, right? Well, that's all changing. It's not just some buzzword anymore. AI is a real, practical tool. Think of it like a new co-pilot sitting at your desk, and it is completely changing how we get our work done every single day.
You've been here, I'm sure of it. You have this brilliant idea, this critical question you need to answer, but you're just stuck. You need a specific report, a custom slice of data, and that means you're in a queue, waiting for a data team that's already completely swamped. And that bottleneck, it's one of the most frustrating parts of work today.
But what if you could just ask? I mean, look at this. This simple change is a massive deal. On one side, you've got the old way, complex SQL code that, let's be honest, only a specialist knows how to write. And on the other side, the new way, a simple question in plain English. This isn't magic, it's AI, and it's turning pretty much everyone into their own data analyst.
So this leap from complicated code to a simple conversation is kicking off a huge shift in efficiency. We are talking about taking tasks that used to take days, sometimes even weeks, and shrinking them down to just minutes.
To make this feel a little more real, let's talk about Sarah. She's a consultant, and a huge part of her job is doing stakeholder interviews. For a typical project, that's about 20 interviews, and each one creates this mountain of text, like a 20-page transcript she has to go through by hand.
So her old process, doing it all manually, it takes a full 11 days. Just think about that. That's almost 3 work weeks just spent organizing transcripts, trying to find themes, and then writing up the report. It's a total slog. But now, Sarah has her AI co-pilot. She just uploads all those transcripts into a tool and tells it to find the key themes and format them for her report. And the total time for the exact same task? Just 5 days.
So here's the bottom line. Sarah gets 6 full days of her life back. That is more than a whole work week that she can now spend on things that actually matter, like strategy and talking to clients, instead of just organizing text. And Sarah's story isn't some one-off thing. This is happening everywhere, across whole companies. The real win here isn't just about saving time. It's about empowerment. When your marketing team or your sales team can just pull their own data, it doesn't just clear up bottlenecks. It speeds up how fast the entire business can learn and make decisions. But honestly, it's even bigger than that. AI isn't just a tool for one specific task anymore. It's becoming a true co-pilot that's woven into every single step of even the most complex processes. The software development lifecycle is a perfect example of this. From that first spark of an idea all the way to launching the product and supporting it. It's a long, complicated journey with a lot of different people involved. And the impact AI is having across that whole process is just, wow. Developers are seeing a massive 20 to 30% jump in productivity by having AI help write and debug their code. But it's not just them. Look down the whole chain. Project managers, business analysts, testers, everyone gets a serious boost. AI is basically a force multiplier for the entire team. Okay, so the power and the potential are undeniable. But with all that power comes a huge amount of responsibility. This new co-pilot is incredibly capable, but it is not perfect. And that brings us to the human factor, the ethical dilemma of AI. This quote really gets right to the heart of the biggest risk. See, AI systems learn from the data we give them. And if that data reflects the biases that already exist in our world, well, the AI won't just learn those biases, it's going to amplify them, and at a massive scale. This really demystifies the whole problem. Bias isn't some ghost in the machine. It's a direct result of what we feed it. Our own human biases, societal prejudices, huge gaps in data. It all goes into the training process. And the result? A biased output. It's the classic case of garbage in, garbage out. So these challenges usually fall into 3 big buckets. First, there's the bias we just talked about, like that real-world case of a hiring tool that learned to favor men just because it was trained on old company data. Second, there's accountability. If an AI makes a huge mistake, who's actually to blame? And third is transparency. A lot of AIs are black boxes, which means even the people who made them don't always know exactly how they came to a particular decision. So, how do we deal with this? How do we use all this incredible power while managing the risks? Well, the path forward isn't just about better technology. It's about us, about developing new human skills and building strong rules to guide how we use AI. And here's the part that might surprise you. The single most important skill for working with your new AI co-pilot It's not coding, it's not data science. It's the very human skill of clear, effective communication.
This skill actually has a name: prompt engineering. All it really is the art and science of giving the AI crystal clear instructions. It's learning how to ask the right question in the right way to get the right answer from your copilot.
So, what does a great prompt look like? It's usually a 4-step process. First, you give the AI a role. Tell it to act like an expert. Second, you state exactly what you need it to do. Third, you specify the format you want it in. And fourth, you give it constraints or rules to follow. Think of it like giving a new teammate a perfect project brief.
And here's what that looks like in action. A simple, well-structured prompt written in plain English generates that complex, perfectly working code you see right below it. That's the power of clear communication with AI.
But individual skills are only half the battle. Organizations need to build a whole framework for trust. That means creating ethics committees, constantly training employees on how to use AI responsibly, auditing these systems for bias, and just being transparent with everyone about how these powerful tools are being used.
Which brings us to the final crucial question. AI is giving us this unprecedented power to solve problems, to speed up our work, to unlock things we never thought possible. The great challenge of our time is going to be how we choose to balance that incredible power with our human responsibility. The future isn't about what the technology can do, but what we decide it should.